It's a buyer's market and the fixer-upper strategy is back as a good thing to do. Now we're going to reveal some new research which explains the top 10 features that buyers are looking for. So if you're looking to turn around a shabby property and make a quick profit, it's all about spending that money where you get maximum bang for buck. So we're going to do a from number 10 to 1 countdown to reveal the top 10 things where you should be focusing your refurb budget. As always, I'm joined by Andrew Roberts to explore this topic.
Hi Ranjan. Well, this is a great one, this is, and in a buyer's market, you've got to buy the right property at the right price and be able to add that value in order for the price not to fall.
And if you want to know what a buyer's market is, we've done a video a couple of weeks ago exactly on that. We'll leave the card here and put that on your playlist to watch straight after this. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload new videos, and also smash that like button and tell us what you think about doing flips and refurbishment. So this research was put together by Rightmove.
It was put together by Rightmove, the largest portal advertising properties for sale, and it is based upon the search criterion and properties that are viewed and the keywords used by agents or listers if done by a web-based portal. So number 10 on the list was the property must be near a train station.
Tube station.
Well, it could be tube.
Doesn't help if you're in Hull then, does it?
No.
Okay, no, generally mode of place of transport, isn't it? It's me just being London-centric.
I was going to say, it's got to be near a station. I mean, it could be a port if you're in Liverpool, it could be near the Mersey, near the harbour there. It could be near the Isle of Wight ferry ports as well. So let's just make it a bit broader. Transportation.
Transportation, ease of access is the number 10 criteria. Absolutely. So that's not much you can do about that in terms of refurbing.
That's location, location, location.
And it's the classic of buying the worst house in the best street.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing that you're doing. So number 9.
Number 9 is something that you can make a difference with. And post-COVID, the garden is all important. Having that garden, that outdoor space for you to sit privately, have friends round, have a private cocktail, invite them round with their own bottle and delete your WhatsApp message.
But the garden is a bit of a Goldilocks thing. Not too big, because it's an absolute pain, and not too small because you can't string a cat in it. It's got to be just right.
It's got to be just right. It's got to be fit for purpose for what you need for you and your family or friends or entertaining lifestyle.
And free of weeds, well kept.
Bill and Ben flowerpot men come to mind. Number 8.
Number 8, yes.
Interestingly, again, this one doesn't add value, but it gives you potential speed, is chain free. So this is probably a probate. What is also very popular at the moment, I'm seeing an awful lot of these coming into the Rightmove listings, is repossessions.
No, this is meaning from the buyer's point of view. So a buyer is looking for a chain-free property. So if you're buying something to refurbish and you're flipping it on, you are marketing it as chain-free. It's not dependent on any other sale that you're doing. So someone can just move straight in. Any fixer-upper you do is basically chain-free anyway. So that's fine. I guess we should just move on to number 7, which is interesting. People are looking for
a ready refurbished property. Now, there's nothing that they can do to add value, but how many people do we know who are just no good with their hands? I mean, me, I've got a full toolkit. I'm used to doing DIY. Yourself, do you do DIY?
Not really, but I think it's more than that. I think it's more than that. So particularly with first-time buyers or people that are looking to get their first place or whatever, buying a home is very expensive. You've got to save up a deposit, you've got stamp duty, you've got moving costs and all of that stuff. Now the thing is, it's quite relatively straightforward to borrow the bulk of the purchase amount on a mortgage. Whereas if you've got to spend 20 grand on doing minor repairs and that kind of stuff, then that's not really, that's money that you can't add to the mortgage. You've got to find from somewhere else, and you may not have that if you're buying your first home. So that's why starter homes make such good fix-upper kind of propositions, because you can sell something that's ready refurbished, ready to go, chain-free, ready for someone to move into straight off the bat.
Yeah, totally. And then coming in at number 6, we must have double glazing. Now in this modern day and age, most properties do have double glazing, and with the advent of EPCs, which we've got a video on the EPCs, we've done quite a few on our good friend Greta, who demands that we improve the EPC rating. Well, double glazing is one of those things that can, but people are looking for it to be ready fitted for the very same reason. To double glaze a whole house, it could cost you between £3,000 and £10,000 on a relatively modest house. That is additional money you have to find having purchased the property. So people are looking for double glazing in there. Now, coming to number 5, Mr. B.
Number 5, yes.
This is one that I know you look for. You look for a cellar to store your fine wines in.
I'm looking for a wine cellar, but I'm not actually, I don't really understand that one. I can't believe that people are really searching for a cellar, perhaps in Victorian properties and the like. The trouble with cellars from a fixer-upper point of view is that if they're dry, that's great. If they're not, it can be a right pain in the backside to kind of, you're going to be spending a lot of money below the ground for not much value. So unless it's dry and you're just doing a quick refurb, I would avoid doing too much down there.
Well, number 4, you've got to tank it, and you know people are looking to use these as cinema rooms. So
no, but the work involved to do that in a fixer-up is just too much. You couldn't do that. It wouldn't be worth it.
It's not what we would do out of economy.
So number 4, people are looking for is
storage space. Now that's quite interesting, because in these modern times when people no longer have a vinyl collection, no longer have a CD collection, no longer have a DVD collection, their computer is shrunk down to a pure laptop. We're living in a minimalistic world. Yeah, but they want storage space.
You still need someone to put the hoover and the ironing board, and some is essential. And there are ways of doing this. I mean, I think one of the most cost effective is to put in fitted wardrobes, because you use floor to ceiling space as opposed to stuff that you build from IKEA and all of that. So there are ways of making sure that there is storage space in a property, but people do look for that. People do wonder, well, where am I going to put my hoover?
Yeah, and I've seen some beautiful storage spaces under the stairs for shoes, all carved in to utilise that dead triangular little space. So that's great. But number 3 is an interesting one. Now this is something that I've done quite a few of, loft conversions. And you can add massive value to the property, because it's floor space you don't pay for when you buy the property, but you're adding that floor space. And using our good friend, the permitted development, provided it's a house and not a flat, you can create a dormer on the back to add massive space and put roof lights in on the front, all under permitted development.
But what you've got to do is make sure that the house is balanced, so you don't make it top heavy. In other words, too much bedroom space in proportion to the amount of living space you've got on the ground floor, because that can not add as much value as you think. So loft conversions are good, but make sure the end house is balanced.
And make sure you comply with building regs, and when you're dropping the stairs into the building, it fits in the existing layout. There's nothing worse than something where you have to walk through somebody's bedroom, and I've been in some properties, and you have to walk through somebody's bedroom to go up a flight of stairs in their bedroom to the loft. It doesn't work.
So tell us what you do when you do fixer-upper projects. Smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon and all of that. And come and meet Andrew and I at one of our Baker Street property meets. We meet at the end of each month. It's the largest property networking event in the UK, the Baker Street property meet. So come and secure your spot at bakerstreetpropertymeet.com. Number 2.
Number 2, they want a new boiler. Nobody likes an old boiler that doesn't work. In these modern times, people don't like being cold.
And it's not that difficult to do. Whack in a new boiler, job done, give a bit of guarantee and all of that.
Absolutely.
And it's just a no-brainer, really.
It's another one that improves your EPC, lowers your fuel costs, and we've done some videos on the energy costs previously, and it just gives you trouble-free living for at least 5 years, or should.
And the number one feature, according to this Rightmove survey, that people are looking for, which is
a Reno project.
A Reno project,
yeah,
yes. Yeah,
absolutely. A proper fixer-upper. New kitchens, new bathrooms, flooring, probably had a conservatory on the back, you know, a proper fixer-upper.
Now, so that also represents a little bit of an opportunity, because, you know, what we have talked about is fixer-uppers. So that's when you do minor refurbs to properties and put them back on the market. But straightforward flipping is where you don't really do much to the property at all. If you focus your efforts on finding motivated sellers that need to sell quickly, and you guarantee them a sale, then you can flip that property on as a fixer-upper project for someone else to do, and not do all the 9 points that we just talked about before.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a great little strategy for making large sums of money. And if not only have you got the motivated seller, but there's also the auction houses at the moment. And if you're looking down the auction listings, you will see a large number of those by order of the administrator. So there's a lot of repossessions out there which are coming through the marketplace. So auctions, motivated sellers, they're two ways of finding them.
And that's going to be a strategy we'll be talking a lot more about, where you can flip properties for profit in future videos. So if you want to catch those, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload. That's it for this video. Make sure you catch the others in our property breaking news playlist, particularly the one on the buyer's market, which we'll leave a link to up there. See you guys next time. The Baker Street Property Meet is the UK's largest and #1 property investors networking event. The property market is going through monumental change right now, and at Baker Street Property Meet we aim to keep you up to date with the latest tips and tricks and insider tactics to help you keep on top of your property investing game and succeed in these troubled economic times. The Baker Street Property Meet is fundamentally about networking, because it's not what you know, it's who you know. And at Baker Street, we aim to connect you with the people to make your property journey a monumental success. There's no better place to be to further your property investment journey than the Baker Street Property Meet. So make sure you're here, you're connecting with myself and Andrew Roberts, our expert guest speakers, and 300 passionate property people each and every month. See you at the next meet. Get your spot at bakerstreetpropertymeet.com.